Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to this DHM podcast. Thank you for your ongoing support for our mission. And in this episode, I'm delighted to be joined by Mariam, who is one of our mission volunteers in Ukraine. Mariam is originally from Eastern Ukraine, and that's where she grew up in the Dnipro region, but she now lives in Western Ukraine in the city of Lviv, where she is a student. She's studying at university. We should also congratulate Mariam because she recently turned 18. So she celebrated a significant birthday, so we congratulate her. Mariam has been involved with the mission of DHM ever since she was a young teenager. During our first trip in 2016, she's been involved, she's been helping out in lots of practical ways in what we've been doing. She's also very involved in the ministry of her local church in Dnipro. She does an amazing job, and we're really proud of her. And in 2019, Mariam and her big sister have represented DHM at the summer camp in Kyiv for the disabled people. This is one of our flagship projects that we support as a mission organization, and it's run by Pastor Alexander, who many of you will know about, Pastor Alexander Demenchenko in Kyiv. And so Mariam and her big sister Karina participated and helped out and volunteered in this camp. And before I ask Mariam about her experience of the camp and how she was involved, I'd just like to show you some pictures just to give you a general impression, an idea of what they did at that camp. So you can see here, this is a picture of Pastor Alexander with one of the young men at the camp, and you can see various other photos, people of different ages and backgrounds participating in the camp and having fun. And this is a picture of Alexander and Mariam that you can see, and this is her big sister who you can see on the other side. And there is Mariam with one of the disabled young boys at the camp. And here's a presentation of two of the disabled people at the camp who were given the Bibles by Pastor Alexander. And this is a picture of the participants at the camp taking communion. And also here a picture of a baptism. So you can see, just get a general impression of what happened. And more fun and games at the camp you can see here. So Mariam and Karina were helping out in lots of different ways. And then here's a photograph of the volunteers who were joining in the camp, and you'll be able to recognize Mariam from this photo as well. So Mariam has been involved in lots of different ways in the ministry of DHM. You can see her here with her official DHM t-shirt, and this again is another picture of her at the camp. Those of you who know the website will be able to recognize this photo here with Anya, one of the participants at the camp. So I'm now going to ask Mariam a few questions about her overall experience of the camp and getting involved. And although Mariam is learning English at the moment, we decided not to do this interview in English, but she's going to speak in Russian, and I'm going to translate. So I'm going to ask Mariam the first question about her experience of the camp and her general impressions. Итак, Мариам, пожалуйста, расскажи нам, какие у тебя есть впечатления о летнем лагере в Киеве. Пожалуйста.
Спасибо за представление меня, Джоша. Единственное, мне очень понравилось в этом лагере. Это действительно были насыщенные 5 дней, которые мы там провели.
So Mariam's just saying she had an amazing time at the camp, just so many impressions, and it was just an awesome 5 days. Really left its mark.
Мы все вместе, мы радовались, мы каждый день, мы постоянно улыбались. Это было действительно счастье пребывать в том лагере.
So every day was filled with lots of new impressions. Just remember the smiling faces of the participants. There were new experiences of joyful moments every day.
За эти 5 дней мы стали все огромной семьей. Несмотря на то, что у нас были разные возможности в движении, потому что не все могли ходить, мы все равно все были наравне, мы были все как братья и сестры.
So it was just an amazing experience to become one big family at this summer camp. That regardless of people's backgrounds or abilities or disabilities, we were all at the same level, and we were just able to relate to each other, and it was just a great atmosphere. Monsieur? Okay. Thank you, Marika. So the next question that I wanted to ask her about was why does she think it's worthwhile for young people, especially, to be involved in this kind of ministry? So how would she encourage people to be involved? Итак, Марика, почему тебе кажется, что молодежью стоит заниматься таким служением с твоей точки зрения?
Я считаю, это прежде всего для меня было уроком. Я увидела, что это Божье благословение, что я могу ходить, я могу видеть, я могу слышать.
So I think in the first place, I would recommend anyone to get involved in this kind of ministry, because it was such a blessing. I expected to be able to be a blessing to the people at the camp, but I actually was blessed by the experience. So it was a great blessing for me.
Также считаю, что нужно участвовать в таких служениях, потому что когда ты пребываешь там, ты учишься радоваться всему, любой мелочи, ты всему учишься улыбаться и радоваться.
The other thing that I really appreciated, and what I think is a big encouragement to get involved in this kind of ministry, is that when you spend time with people who are in difficult circumstances in life, you begin to appreciate the seemingly insignificant things in life that you sometimes take for granted, and you begin to really value and cherish those things that really matter. So I think it gives a new perspective, I think you could say.
Пребывая в таком служении, ты понимаешь, что эти люди ничем не отличаются от тебя. Они намного даже лучше тебя, в плане они умеют искренне радоваться, умеют искренне все делать, действительно.
And when you spend time with the disabled people, you actually begin to realize that you can really learn from these people about what it means to have joy, but to express joy in ways that are sincere and spontaneous, and what it means to live with freedom before God. And this was a real lesson for me, which I've taken from my experience at the camp.
Я считаю, что нужно обязательно молодежи участвовать в таких служениях, потому что это действительно поможет нам понимать, насколько мы счастливые люди, и также понимать, что есть другие люди, которым нужна помощь, действительно.
And it just helps you to realize that just how fortunate we are, and it helps to give perspective that we really are blessed, and therefore we need to be a blessing to others. So I think this is a big encouragement for people to get involved in this sort of ministry, especially young people. Okay, Marika, thank you so much. It's really fascinating insight into your experience of ministry in Kyiv during the summer camp, and we're really proud of you, and we just grateful to God and for everything that He has planned for you, and we pray our blessings upon you and upon your life and your ministry, and we wish you good studies and all the very best and every blessing. So thank you, and thank you to all of our listeners and donors and supporters, especially in the UK, but also throughout the world. We thank you for your support, and we're glad that you join us on the journey. So thank you, and God bless, and goodbye for now.